Kimberly, I just saw your text from this afternoon. Are you insane? Are you actually going to get married? I'm sorry, is there some kind of problem with that? It's not like this should be breaking news to you. I told you a while ago that I was seeing a guy and we were pretty seriously thinking about marriage. Don't dodge the issue. You're free to marry whoever you want. I don't care. The problem is the timing. I will not allow you to get married before your brother. Clark, but he doesn't even have a girlfriend right now. Then you'll have to put off your wedding for a year or two, however long it takes for Clark to get married. Once he's married, then you'll have my permission to get married yourself. However long it takes? Are you serious? Besides, every single time Clark has ever started dating a girl, you immediately come between them and force them to break up. Your brother has responsibilities as the heir to our family business. He's going to be the president of the company someday. I can't allow him to marry some rubbish woman from off the street. I won't allow him to marry any woman but one who is genuinely worthy of him. It's my duty as his mother to help him choose a suitable wife. Okay, so when you say however long it takes, what are we talking about? 5 years? 10 years? What? Who knows? However long it takes means however long it takes. All I do know is that you're not allowed to get married until Clark does. I know this probably doesn't matter at all to you, but I've talked to Clark, and he's completely fine with it. Oh my goodness. That Clark is such an angel. I'm sure it must have been so hard for him to say those words to you. He's so kind to be able to consider the feelings of even a pathetic failure like you. But it must have been killing him inside to hear that you were going to get married before him. Your brother's kindness aside, I'm the one who has the final say here, and I say no. That's final.
Hey, Kimberly. I just got off the phone with Mom. Guess you finally told her that you're getting married, huh?
Hey, Clark. Yeah, and just as expected, she was completely against it.
She's so determined that you can't get married before me. Even though the reason it's taken me so long to get married myself is because she keeps getting in the way whenever I find a woman I like.
Yeah, apparently she won't let you marry any woman who is undeserving of being the wife of a company president. Any idea what that means?
In short, it means that she won't let me marry any woman who won't do everything she says, how she says it, when she says.
Good grief. When did our mom become such a stereotypical overbearing mother-in-law? She's the kind of character you see in cheesy soap operas.
Right? My thoughts exactly.
Anyway, we're going ahead with moving the plans for the wedding along with the schedule, regardless of whether Mom approves or not.
Good for you. That's exactly what you should do. Besides, it doesn't matter anyway, since I'm already gonna get married before you.
Yeah. Wow, it's actually really impressive that you've managed to hide your girlfriend from Mom for so long.
I didn't have any choice. I know for certain that she's the only girl in the world for me. She's my soulmate, my life partner. I don't have a life without her in it. I'll do whatever it takes to marry her, no matter what it costs.
Well, I'm glad you found someone like that.
And the same to you.
Thanks.
Oh, by the way, it looks like Dad is finally making his move too.
Yeah, I heard. He's called me the other day to tell me about it. I'll bet there are gonna be a few bumps in the road ahead for us, but I'm 100% sure that there's happiness waiting for us on the other side.
Me too.
Kimberly, you've got some serious explaining to do. What's this I hear about you preparing for your wedding? I made myself very clear that you are not, under any circumstances, allowed to get married before your brother does. What is wrong with you? I am your mother, and you will do as I say. That you would show such disrespect to your own elder brother is disgusting. It's disrespectful to your father and I. It's disrespectful to the entire family.
Not to worry, Mom. Everything's going according to plan. Clark will be married by the time my wedding rolls around.
What do you mean?
Oh, and just so you're not under any false impressions, this isn't happening because I decided I would obey your command about not getting married until Clark does. This is just how it happened to turn out naturally.
You're talking nonsense. How can Clark get married? He doesn't even have a girlfriend.
I've got a great idea. Why don't you go ahead and ask Clark directly about this instead of hearing it from third person from me?
Ask him about what?
He's been saying that he'd let you know once everything was in order, so I think he'll probably be fine with talking to you about it if you ask him. I gotta go now. We have a meeting with the wedding planner in a bit.
Hold it right there, Kimberly.
Talk to you later, Mom.
Hey, Mom. I understand that it's finally time for you and I to have a little talk.
Clark, please, tell me what on earth is going on. Your foul little sister is telling all sorts of bizarre tall tales. Like that you're getting married. That's ridiculous, isn't it? You don't even have a girlfriend. How could you get married? She couldn't be content with just being a failure of a daughter. She had to become a vile little liar too.
That's one of the things we need to talk about, Mom. I need an answer from you right now. Why'd you call Kimberly a failure? Why'd you treat her like a second-class child? She's pretty successful in her career. She's responsible, a good member of the community. I have no idea why you treat her the way you do, and I want you to tell me.
Why? Isn't it obvious? She never even went to college, and she didn't even go to a decent private high school, just some crummy local public high school.
Are you joking? Mom, you're the one who told her that you wouldn't pay for her to go to a private school. You forced her to go to that public school.
You, on the other hand, truly make me proud to be your mother. You went to the finest prep school in the county, and then to the finest private university in the state. And after graduating, you started working for one of the largest companies in the country. And what's more, you've started your own company that you're now the president of. Honestly, the two of you are so drastically different. It's hard for me to believe that you're even siblings. How could I not call her a failure? That's what she is.
Okay, well, I've had just about all I can take of that conversation, so if it's alright with you, I'll just move along to the next order of business. Mom, I got married.
You what? Oh, Clark, you're something special. Don't worry, you don't have to play along with Kimberly's delusions. We both know she's a compulsive liar. Don't worry at all about what that little failure thinks. You go ahead and take your time to pick the most perfect woman in the entire world as your wife. I'll be here to support you every step of the way.
Will you please listen? I really did get married to the secretary in my office. So no, Kimberly isn't lying about this.
You what? Your secretary? You mean the one with the glasses? The person who came to pick you up to drive you to the airport for your business trip. That secretary.
Yep, that's her.
That was the woman?
I guess I don't blame you for not realizing that. You've only seen her in her work attire. She always wears slacks and a jacket when she's at the office, and hey, she's pretty tall. So there are actually a lot of people like you who think she's a man at first. She may not seem the type, but she actually used to be a professional model in her teens. She's gorgeous. She dresses plainly like that on purpose to keep men from hitting on her and distracting her from work.
I don't believe this. How could you go over my head and pick a woman by yourself, Clark? I do not approve of this. Not one bit. How am I supposed to live together in the same house as a woman who dresses like a man? She'll completely ruin the mood of this house.
What are you talking about? We're not going to live together with you.
What?
I've told you before that I'm moving out of the house as soon as I get married. This shouldn't be news to you, and furthermore, you also knew that as soon as me and Kimberly got married, that you were going to move to the new house that Dad's building near where he's living for work right now.
But that place is out in some backwater town. They don't even have a Starbucks.
We talked about this over a long time, and you had accepted that, Mom. You're not going to go back on your promise now, are you? Don't tell me, is this the reason you've been interfering in our love lives for all these years? Have you just been trying to desperately cling to your cosmopolitan lifestyle as long as possible?
No, that's not it at all.
I'll take that as a yes. Moving on.
Clark, can I tell you something?
Nah, not interested. Like I said, moving on. I bet you've already heard this, but Kimberly isn't planning to invite you to her wedding. I think you might want to take some time to do some serious introspection on why that happened, and what you need to do to make it right.
Hello there, Kimberly. Today is your big day, isn't it? I bet you're excited. I prepared a big surprise for you. I hope you'll enjoy it. Well, Kimberly, what did you think of my big surprise? You were surprised, weren't you? Mom, what in the world was that? I was worried you might go and do something stupid, so I did have my guard up. But wearing all black to a wedding? Black hat, black dress, black coat, black shoes, you even painted your fingernails and toenails black. Yes, well, getting married to someone like you is practically a funeral, so I came to mourn for your poor husband. And if I'm going to mourn, it only makes sense that I would dress for the occasion. This is what you get for being such a rebellious little brat. Is it really this fun for you to do everything in your power to sabotage your own daughter's wedding? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Your brother betrayed me and married a woman without my permission. And once you get married, I'm going to have to move away from a civilized society to live around a bunch of backwards country bumpkins who probably can't even spell the word university. Is that really all? I like living in the city, don't you get it? And now that I've brought your wedding to a halt, you're not getting married anymore. You'll be single forever. I'll see to that personally. Oh, and one other thing. Now that your brother has moved out, I'll need you to move in and take over for him. Without him around, this house is turning into a real mess, so you'll need to get ready to move as soon as possible. You are really oblivious, aren't you, Mom? We've been legally married for some time now. What? My husband and I were officially married just about a month ago after Clark got married. And I'm currently enjoying the newlywed life with my husband right now, so I'm afraid I don't really feel much like moving in with you. You what? And besides, the wedding is still on. No, that can't be. Well, to be more precise, the reception is still on, and it's going to start soon. Fortunately, there are no other parties who booked the reception hall today. We talked to the manager, explained the situation, and he's willing to give us a few hours extra for no charge. What a generous guy. I thought for sure it would have been cancelled. Once again, fortunately, we only planned a small wedding for the family members and close friends. They're all being very understanding, and they had no problems with continuing the ceremony right where we left off. I won't let that happen. I'm going to barge right through the doors of that reception hall and give you another piece of my mind. Mom, really? Are you 12? You're such a child. Excuse me? We requested additional security staff from the venue, so no, you're not getting into the reception. Don't even bother. You can go home now. You're no longer needed here. How dare you? You're kicking your own mother out of your own wedding? Do you actually think you're in any position to be acting so indignant right now? And not to mention, aren't you forgetting the position you're putting Clark in? What? What position? I could have sworn I told you about this. Maybe you just weren't paying attention. My husband's father is the president of the company that just so happens to be the single largest client of Clark's company. He is? I've explained our family circumstances to him, so he also had an idea you might be up to something. But to have the mother of the president of the company he pays millions of dollars to every year storm into the wedding of his own son makes a massive scene, disturbs all the guests, and deliberately try to shut down the wedding? You have to understand, he's furious right now. Thanks to you, Clark was basically on his knees begging for his forgiveness for about 20 minutes straight. It was the most fervent apology I've ever seen. And you know who was right there alongside him? Dad. In the end, it was my husband who was finally able to calm him down. And after I explained in greater detail what kind of nutjob you are, his anger actually turned into sympathy for us. Do you have the slightest bit of remorse for almost single-handedly destroying your son's company? I had no idea. Plus, you can stop pretending. I know the real reason you don't want to leave the city. And honestly, I have to say, it makes me ashamed to be your daughter. Kimberly, please, you've got to do something. Talk to your father for me. He's going to divorce me. Can you believe it? If you could just talk to your father and explain how this is really all your fault for disobeying me, I'm sure he'll understand. So you've got to call him right away, okay? Kimberly, answer me this instant. Your disgraceful behavior has ruined my reputation. Now everyone is turned against me. All of our family, my friends, even your brother. And it's all your fault. You need to fix what you did. Kimberly, pick up the phone. What an embarrassing display. Really, she just refuses to see reason. I bet she didn't even finish the conversation with my dad before she started bombarding me with texts and calls. Somehow she's under the impression that it was what happened at the wedding that caused Dad to divorce her. But that's not actually the case. You see, my dad hired a private detective to look into Mom's activities. He was perplexed by how desperate my mom was to stay in the city, even going so far as to work overtime to prevent me and Clark from getting married. And what he discovered was that Mom was having an affair, or at least she was trying to. There's a man in one of her exercise classes who she's been flirting with non-stop for the last 5 years or so, but he hasn't been responding to her advances. It got to the point that she practically stalking him, and it seemed he finally had enough of her nonsense because he got a restraining order against her. So Mom ended up being divorced by her husband, disowned by her 2 children, and unceremoniously dumped by the man she had been pining after for 5 years. I guess Mom got her wish after all. Now she gets to spend the rest of her life in the city, although now she'll be doing it alone, in a quiet, run-down apartment on the bad side of town.
Hey there, Annie. I hate beating around the bush, so I'll get straight to the point. Karen, what is it? It's about your husband, Arthur. As much as it pains me to say this. Oh, who am I kidding? It doesn't pain me at all to say this. You're acting really weird. Could you just tell me what this is about, please? Arthur is mine now. And we just got out of our hotel room after an evening of... well, I think you know. Let me get this straight, Karen. Are you telling me right now that you're having an affair with my husband? That's right. Actually, it's been just about a year since we started seeing each other. We're deeply in love. How did you even meet Arthur? Oh, it's a simple story, really. I started working at Arthur's company, that's all. And since I've got nothing to hide anymore, I may as well tell you that I had every intention to make him mine from the moment I applied. I'm just as gifted in the workplace as I am in the bedroom, so I was a shoo-in for the position. And that was precisely what made Arthur go head over heels for me. Oh, Annie, if only you were more of a woman, then maybe it wouldn't have been so easy to take Arthur from you. Is there more to this conversation, or is that all you wanted to say? What's up with that reaction? You've told me that you've been having an affair with my husband for a year, so is that it? You met, you slept with him, and now you're telling me about it? I've got all that, so let's keep this conversation moving forward, if you don't mind. You're something else, Annie. You said you hate beating around the bush, right? Well, so do I. Oh. All right, fine. Have it your way. So anyway, early next month, I'll be taking a week off from work. Would you like to know what I'll be doing? I'll be going on a week-long vacation with Arthur. I see. And while we're away, I need someone to look after my 3 kids. And since you're just a housewife, I thought I could just have you take care of them. Huh? While you were planning this big reveal to me, do you honestly think that I would just agree to babysit your kids while you sleep with my husband? You have no choice but to say yes. Why? Because I'm a strong, independent woman who successfully balanced a high-achieving career and being a single mother. And you're nothing but a housewife. Any time you'd like to start making sense would be great, Karen. You made a pretty big leap in reasoning there, and I'm gonna have to ask you to show your work. Wow, Annie, I had no idea you were so dull. You still have no idea what sort of position you're in, do you? What position would that be? Your days as the pampered and spoiled housewife of a rich and successful entrepreneur are about to come to an abrupt end. Your beautiful little house of cards is about to come tumbling down. And when it does, you're in for an extremely hard awakening when you hit rock bottom. Let me see if I've got this straight. You're saying that if I divorce my husband, that I'll have no one to take care of me since I don't work? Are you threatening me? Threatening? Heavens no! I would never dream of threatening you, Annie. I'm giving you some valuable information. Reality apparently hasn't set in for you yet, so let me be clear. If you don't want to find yourself a divorced woman with nowhere to go and no one to help you, then be a good little girl and look after my kids while we're away. Got it? Let me repeat. Did you really think that this little game of yours would work on me? Obviously, yeah. I think that any rational person in your position would realize you've been totally defeated and just do exactly as I say. What do you say, Annie? You'll look after my kids for me, right? Not a chance. Excuse me? There's not a snowball's chance in hell that I'm gonna look after my husband's mistress's kids while they're out on a romantic getaway. You'll have to hire a babysitter or something. I'm not doing it. You are unbelievable, Annie. Do you still think you're in any position to be saying no to me? You don't want to get divorced, do you? Think about your daughter. If you don't want the both of you to get kicked to the curb, penniless and hopeless, then do what I say and watch my kids during our vacation. Hey, Jack, got a minute?
Sure. Annie? What's up?
There's been some activity from you-know-who concerning you-know-what, and we need to move fast. Are you good to go?
Wow. From the sound of things, this is pretty serious. The last we talked, you were planning on waiting until your daughter's summer vacation was over.
Yeah, this can't wait that long anymore. We gotta move soon. And by soon, I mean by next month.
Sheesh.
Can you do it?
Well, I mean, from my position, it's really a the sooner the better type of thing. But good grief, what happened?
It looks like Arthur's punishment is going to come sooner than I expected.
Go on.
Earlier this afternoon, Arthur's mistress texted me personally and blew the lid on their whole affair.
No way! For real?
It gets worse. She said that she and Arthur are going on a week-long vacation early next month. And, get this, she's now demanding that I take care of her 3 kids for her while they're away.
What?
I was originally planning to hold off for a bit longer, but now that my daughter could get involved, I think the time for holding off is over.
Holy smokes! What is that woman's problem? Like, is she clinically insane?
It wouldn't surprise me at all if she was, but in all honesty, I think that rather than mental illness, her real problem is just that she's an amoral, home-wrecking, slimy harlot with absolutely no conscience.
Oof. Don't hold back. Tell me what you really think about her.
Oh, don't worry. I have no intentions of holding back or looking after her kids. After all, I'm really not in as weak of a position as she thinks I am. Quite the contrary, she's so blissfully unaware of what's really going on and what I have in store for her. To be honest, I feel kind of bad for her.
Ha! Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in her position right now either. Alright then. Let's meet up at my house to discuss the specifics of where we go from here. Can you come over on Saturday?
Is it alright if I bring my daughter along with me?
Yeah. My wife's going to be taking our son over to her folks' place for the day, so we'll just have your daughter go along with them.
Thanks. I'll talk to her personally when I can, but please give her my thanks in advance, will you?
Just did. She says, don't mention it. I'm glad to help.
Alright, so Saturday at 10 a.m.? Does that sound okay?
Got it. Let me know if there's anything you need me to prepare in advance.
Thanks, Jack. See you Saturday. Hey there, Annie. Arthur and I are leaving for our vacation tomorrow. When will you be coming to pick up my kids? I'm pretty sure I already told you I'm not babysitting for you. Oh, please, Annie. Give up the ghost. You're not fooling anyone. You know just as well as I do that you can't say no to me. Honestly, I don't care if you get divorced or not. It's all the same to me. Either way, Arthur is still mine, and you're still a loser. But as long as you're married, we'll always have a babysitter to take care of my kids for me, which means I'll have more free time to spend with my Arthur. So, Annie, like I said, I'm a superior woman to you in every way, and if I wanted, I could make Arthur divorce you anytime I want. It's out of the kindness of my heart that I'm allowing you to stay married to him. For now. Oh, would you look at the time? We need to get going. I'll just drop my kids off at the curb in front of your house. You can handle things from there. Make sure you feed them some proper meals, okay? Karen, I told you, I am not taking care of your kids. And I told you Unless you want your sweet little daughter thrown out on the streets. Yes, you are. No, I literally cannot babysit your kids. I have to work today. What? I'm not a housewife anymore. I have work today, so I sent my daughter over to my parents' house to look after her until the evening. And they'll have their hands full with her. They can't look after your kids, too. What? So what, you got yourself some part-time job? A janitor or something? Nope, I'm actually a regular full-time employee. In your dreams, what company would hire some housewife like you? What skills could you possibly have to offer them? So yeah, I'll drop my kids off in front of your place. See you in a week. Annie, where are you and where are my kids? Oh, hello, Karen. I see you made it back from your vacation. Obviously! I just came to pick up my kids. But Arthur said that all of your and your daughter's things are completely gone. The house is empty. What on earth is going on? Where are my kids? Don't tell me you just abandoned them out on the street! Nah, don't worry. I'd never do a thing like that. Don't tell me not to worry! Where are my kids? Your kids should be all safe and sound at your ex-husband's place. What? My ex-husband? Yeah, I figured that since they're his kids too, that he'd like to know what was going on with them. It just so happens that the husband of a friend of mine used to work with your ex and still had his phone number. So he gave me your ex-husband's phone number and I gave him a call. What did you do, Annie? Me? I didn't do anything. But as for your ex, as soon as he got to my house and saw that you actually did just abandon them on our front lawn, he put them right into his car and took them back to his house with him. No! How could you do this to me? Again, I didn't do anything. However, your husband will likely be suing you for custody over what you did. So I would recommend getting a lawyer and preparing to pay out money in child support. You monster! Who do you think you are? Fine, that does it. I'm going to make Arthur divorce you, so I recommend you get a lawyer if you can afford one. Is that so? You'll soon learn that you should have simply shut up and done what you were told. While you were enjoying your pampered existence as a housewife, I was out there in the real world making something of myself. Now you're going to see exactly what a cruel place the real world is. Did you not see me say I'm a full-time employee? Oh yeah, I saw your lies. Listen, Karen, I guess you didn't know this, but the reason I was a full-time housewife for about a year was just an issue of timing and circumstances. What is that supposed to mean? When I made the decision to resign from my old company, I was already planning to work with my brother Jack, who was in the process of starting up his own company. But due to a number of circumstances within the company and the industry overall, that company ended up going bankrupt before I actually resigned. Unfortunately, my brother wasn't quite ready to launch his company when that happened. And my daughter had just started kindergarten to boot. So I figured that rather than get some random job at a place with the intent to quit that job in less than a year, I would spend that free time studying up to obtain some new certifications I would need to work with my brother's company. And I just passed my final tests last month. And so, as of last week, I am officially an employee at my brother's company. I see. Originally, I wasn't planning to start work there for another few months. But since you decided to enact your brilliant scheme of threatening me with divorce if I didn't watch your kids while you slept with my husband, I talked to my brother and had him move up our plans a few months. Okay. I really do feel bad about petty issues between adults having an impact on my daughter, but to be fully honest, she never really liked her father anyway. On the other hand, she always loved my parents, and now that we've moved in with them, she is absolutely thrilled to be able to play with her grandma and grandpa every day. So, it's probably better for her this way. So, you mean... Yep, you guessed it. Thanks for your advice about getting a lawyer, but I actually already had one. And he's now hard at work on a lawsuit against my husband for his affair. And of course, you'll be getting served as well, so be prepared for that. No! Oh, and one more thing. Arthur's getting fired as president of his company. He is? I was never involved with his company, so I don't know the specifics, but word on the street is he repeatedly broke the ethics rules that he himself set for the company's executives. Ironic, huh? Wait, hold on. This can't be happening. None of this was supposed to happen. Everything was going according to plan. How could things possibly turn out this badly for me? You know, there's a word for what's happening to you right now. What is it? Karma. In any case, there's no point in me continuing this conversation with you, so I'll go ahead and take my leave here. You'll be hearing from my lawyer within a few days with all the details of my lawsuit against you. Can't we talk about this like adults? Nope. Bye. Arthur and I got divorced a month after that. I sued the both of them for their affair and won a hefty judgment. I also sued Arthur for child support, so he'll be on the hook for that until she's 18. Not long after that, Arthur was removed from his post as president of his company. He inherited that position from his father, who founded the company, and he was so furious that he's now forcing Arthur to make ends meet as a day laborer in the company's factory. As for Karen, she lost custody of all 3 kids to her ex-husband, and the shoe's on the other foot now. She's the one who will have to pay child support to him. Word about her illicit affair with the now former president, my ex-husband, spread throughout the company, and after a while she couldn't stand being the subject of constant ridicule and quit her job. Karen holed herself up in her apartment for a few weeks after that, but her parents came along to slap some sense into her and got her a job somewhere with company housing close to the office. Apparently, she actually is an incredibly talented worker, so if she can just manage to fix her atrocious personality and lack of morals, she might actually be able to turn her life around. But frankly, I'm not too optimistic about that.